think yourself a hero, that you would let these criminals go free.
Heroes don't kill people.
Well, I do.
Well, he does and he does. That, of course, is Dwayne Johnson. He's got the title character in his new movie. It's called Black Adam. Over the year, the megastar has played countless characters, from the Scorpion King to the Tooth Fairy, but he has never been a superhero until right now. He's bringing the beloved DC Comics super being Black Adam to the big screen for the very first time. We caught up with Dwayne Johnson just the other day in New York City ahead of the film's world premiere.
I grew up loving Superman.
You did?
I did. I love Superman, and I've always been a DC boy from day one.
Always.
I love Superman, but I really didn't know how I could relate to Superman. When I first saw a Black Adam comic book and I saw the cover, he looked intense. He had brown skin, and he was a superhero. I said, that's my guy. I want to be him.
Yeah.
I kneel before no one.
Dwayne Johnson told us he was drawn to the DC character because of Black Adam's rich backstory. Black Adam's family was enslaved and eventually taken away from him.
These powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage.
I'm almost embarrassed to say to you, Dwayne, I had no idea who Black Adam was.
A lot of people didn't know, so you
I shouldn't feel so badly
No,
about
don't feel
that.
bad. You're part of the masses, by the way, and that was one of the things that it required me to push and fight for this project for almost 15 years, Gayle.
You had to fight for it?
So the studio investors, as you could imagine, they only really wanted to invest in the big IPs, the Justice League, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. So I started to feel like Black Adam was being pushed to the back burner. I really didn't have any juice at that time in my career to really push things forward. But I still fought for it, and about 10 years ago, the studio came back to me and said, hey, we know you love Black Adam, but is there any other superheroes in the DC world that you'd be interested in becoming? And I said, no, thank you, but no, it has to be Black Adam.
We don't need passports. We're the Justice Society.
We're introducing 4 other superheroes in one movie.
Yeah.
This is why I fought for 15 years, and we are now going to usher in a new era in the DC universe.
So I'm curious, how hard was it for you to wear that muscle suit?
Well, first of all, let me just say,
How hard was it to wear that suit with all those muscles?
well, wait a second. You know, we've removed the muscle padding.
I know you did. I know you did. That's what
She's
I think.
giving me the business now. This is it.
That's what I think is so funny. Was it hard walking around with all those muscles, Mr. Johnson?
Gayle, first of all, the first suit that they delivered to me, the first iteration, it had muscle padding. So imagine me putting on a suit with muscle padding. My body with muscle padding, I look absurd. I mean, ridiculous. So I asked them to remove the muscle padding. Plus also, I was putting in a lot of work. I wanted to transform my body for the role. And we removed it. And the iteration you see on screen is no muscle padding.
Yeah, so that's all you. So when you look at that, you go, damn, I look good. Because that's what I said, damn, you look good. What did you say when you looked at that?
I said, damn, you look good. I said the same thing.
Johnson's multi-platform company, $7 Productions, helped launch Black Adam. The company was co-founded by his ex-wife, Danny Garcia. I think it's great that the two of you can still work. Many couples can't do that. I'm
Yes.
thinking working with my ex-husband, no thanks. But
Yes.
but you two managed that very well. Was that important to you?
Well, we were at one time at a place of no thanks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Yes,
no
yes,
thanks.
yes.
It was important to us once we were able to get through the work and the sludge of divorce. And no one signs up for it. You hate that it happens, but when it does happen, you deal with it. But once we started to work through the sludge and get to a place of marriage wasn't in our cards. We still love each other, always got each other's backs. We're going to be friends.
We can cheer each other on.
We can cheer each other on. We have been building a business. Is a business important? And that answer was yes. And I know what we have is rare, but I got to tell you, it's rare, but it can be done.
Hola, Mexico!
You seem to be on the Black Adam tour, and people really are loving this character and loving the message that goes with it. But I was watching the other day, I'm talking about the baby that was passed up on
my
the stage.
gosh,
See,
yes.
I didn't know whether to say this is cool or be mortified.
Yes.
But how did you feel in that moment when you saw the baby coming toward you? What were you thinking?
I was thinking, oh my God, that is an infant. That is a
Yes.
fresh baby coming my
Fresh
way.
baby, yes.
So the context behind that down in Mexico, the love was incredible. And you felt it. I saw a man who caught my eye. And by the way, he was about 20 feet back.
Wow.
He already had tears in his eyes, and he was holding what I thought was a doll. Gayle, it was like baby Jesus was being crowd surfed all the way to me. By the time that baby got to me, she was just beautiful, calm, serene, present.
And how appropriate that the baby's a girl, because I think you know something about being a girl dad. You've got 3 wonderful daughters. You've talked about running for president. I don't want to beat a dead horse because we've heard it, and you made it clear you're not going to do it. And one of the things you talked about was about being a father. You like drop-off, but is there anything wrong with a presidential motorcade drop-off at school? You could do that.
I know. We could. There's a lot of things that you could do if you're president.
Yes,
you could just
exactly.
make it happen.
You can write your own schedule. Johnson already has this title under his belt. Sexiest Man Alive in 2016. Are you trying to get that title back again? You don't want to be president. Are you campaigning to be Sexiest Man Alive? Lots of people vote for you for that, too.
Well, the truth is, in my mind, it's in perpetuity. It never goes away.
That's not how it works, Mr. Johnson.
No, but
That's
we
not
make
how
up the
it works.
rules, don't we?
Yeah, some
Disruptors.
Some people do. And while Johnson says he's got a full plate as daddy to Tiana, Jasmine, and Simone, husband to Lauren, and as a Hollywood heavyweight, he still has plans for the future.
There's always something to do on the horizon. I love starting things from scratch. I do love building businesses. I love bringing businesses together, and I do love creating jobs for people.
But you don't want to be president. I love creating jobs. I love bringing people together.
We're going to look back on this interview years from now, I know. I don't have a crystal ball.
I hope you prove me wrong.
Know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He doesn't. He says he doesn't know, and I believe him at this particular moment. That's not what he's thinking, but it's tough, guys, to be a grown-ass woman and drooling in front of a grown-ass man. I just stopped myself from saying, Dwayne, would it be possible to touch your bicep? But I knew that human resources could be saying, Gayle King, no human resources. I didn't want that. But, you know, I really admire everything about him in terms of his work ethic, in terms of the job he does, and the way he lives his life. His company is called $7 Production. Why? Because at one point that's all he had was $7 to his name. That's all he had. He's now, if you believe the Forbes list, listed it. He's worth $270 million.
Wow.
So he's doing all right.
He's doing okay. He's doing. I also love
and
that
his commitment to this character.
That's what I love.
I
I was so digging that he said that he'd been trying to get this movie made for 15 years because he believed in the character. I can understand, of course, putting the big ones out front. Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, but the fact that he stuck with it and now has delivered it, and he identified with the character as a kid. So. There were not that many heroes of color, superheroes of color.
That's what he said.
And a couple others, right? So,
but he said back then he didn't have juice. He got lots of juice.
He's got a lot of juice. He's a beautiful man. He's a very smart human being. Very exceptional guy. He could run for president. I think he'd do very well. And that shirt was very happy to be worn by him.
Yes.